15 miles offshore, one stop, one dump, loaded the bag.
This is one of those that truly, in my opinion, really represents, you know, the San Diego fishery and what we all know and love and what makes this place here so special. We get this yellowfin tuna fishing every year in some capacity. The last couple years it's been a little later, a little slower than, you know, what I remember in years past, but nonetheless, you know, come July, August, September, you know, we finally get that influx of warm water and things start to warm up, and with that typically comes the yellowfin tuna, the dorado, and everything else that makes for some just amazing, spectacular fishing. But, you know, we were planning to run down about, you know, I don't know, probably 20, 25 miles to the zone where these fish had been showing and where there had been some good fishing. And it was one of those foggy mornings, typical San Diego summer. You know, we're going out, it's a little foggy, a little hazy, a little wet. We were pointing south out of the harbor here, and yeah, I noticed there's some birds looking, you know, working around, looking around. It just started to look really fishy, and I know that doesn't really give you much, but it's really it's kind of an instinct, a gut feeling when you start to see the right conditions, the right water. You get that feeling like this looks fishy, right? And this looks right. You know, so we kind of came into that zone. It was early morning, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. Started to see the right signal. So I slowed the boat down and decided to look around there. You know, we were still probably 10, 15 miles short of where we were headed. But things looked right. And, I mean, it couldn't have been 5 minutes from when we slowed down. We had a school, you know, we had that telltale meter mark, right? And we started to run over a school of fish, and, you know, it's typically either going to play or they're not going to play. And, as you'll see here, these ones wanted to play. So we grabbed a couple rods, just slid a couple baits out, and almost instantly, you know, we were bit and it was game on.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
Got one on? It's a good one, dude.
Go.
They're all under the boat.
I'm good. All right, boys, did you hook your last fish? Keep this going. I'm right here. Yeah, I got plenty of time. I think we can go. These are yellowfin. They don't get terribly heavy. They're hanging out there.
Oh, dude, this.
Hell yeah.
You big?
Oh, he's on.
One what?
Our chum line is just loaded. Oh, here they come under. It's really good right now. Meat wall coming under. Gosh.
Okay, man. See you guys trolling behind me here. You shooting or what?
I'm dead.
Fighter!
Fighter!
Fighter! Woo! Boy.
Tripping over fish.
Tripping over fish. Blood everywhere.
Oh, this one's getting pretty gas fishing.
Okay. Keep them coming, boys. We got deep color. Woo! Fighter!
That you this too, fighter?
Oh no. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put this down. We got 3 going. We got a 3-ring circus going on, boys. I'm laying the absolute wood to this one. This is a slow burner.
Oh, it's like,
Woo! Oh man, they're coming under again good. Side scan is lit up in our chum line. Hang him right there, hold him there. Crank him. There, no left.
free school, Brandon. Free school. These colors.
I'll get you. Yeah, you just took him. Oh god, that fish just ate that out of my hand. Alright, very good. Everybody's alive. Everybody's alive. Fighter! You bit?
Yeah, he is.
Did you just get bit?
I did. I got boiled. There we go. I just got picked up.
They are eating it right now.
I'm bit.
You bit?
Yep.
Spider!
Woo!
You're right.
Just step over and leave this.
Yeah.
All right, combination.
Are you? I'm here, dude. Like,
Alright, find it. Yeah, I got a blue thing too.
Spider!
One. There you go. Yep. There you go. Yeah, dude.
You know, on this particular trip, thankfully, we were able to locate this little body of fish, school of fish, by ourselves early in the morning. You know, didn't really have any other boats around us, so we were able to get to work quickly and, you know, have our fill before everybody else found us. And I was actually able to call in one of my good buddies. He was running a charter, had some charter clients on board, and fished with them quite a bit, and good friend of mine. So I called him in, and he got right into the action and pulled up fish right next to us, which was really cool. Always fun to share the stoke with your buddies. You know, there's something to be said there. Hopefully, next time your buddy finds a fish, then he'll call you in and let you in on the fun.
That was my bait.
Spider! We're getting close to being done on these.
I'm gonna be ready for you here.
Yep, I'm right here. Got everyone.
All right, dude. Time to get the jackpot.
Oh, I was wondering what you guys were waiting for.
Wait for this fish to stop biting, but it ain't happening. Dude, all my reels are. This thing doesn't have a handle. Hand me that handle. Where'd I put it? You
I
know?
love the fact that we just don't do time. Back on it. Thank God it turned into bluefin. Makes it a little
Richard, you
easier.
got gap ready for him?
Yep, we got one. We got one. Right there, you're good, you're good. He's gonna hit it right here. Just keep cranking. You're cranking right to the boat, right to the gap. There you go. Well done.
And 1,
2. I saw another
3.
one.
To your left. To your left.
3.
We have 3 yellow for blue spoons.
1, 2.
Hold on, Brandon.
I know.
You got 19 fish. We're not even close yet.
As we're catching these fish, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, we can't seem to go on a trip without something, you know, stupid or ridiculous happening.
2 minutes. Talk about monster.
I think this is probably the second or third person I've had fall off the boat while fishing. And as you'll see, one of our buddies was, you know, we're all fishing and he's coming down from the bow and I don't know what happened, missed a step, but he goes overboard, and we're literally still catching fish while he's doggy paddling, trying to get back over the side of the boat.
Fuck.
Help him, Richard.
I'm coming.
He's helping his sandal, his hat.
Your glasses. That might have ruined the bite.
Yep, that's okay.
Fishing was so good, and I still feel bad to this day, but you know, there's a flip-flop floating now, there's the glasses over here, there's this stuff hat over here, and we weren't moving the boat. The fishing was way too good, so RIP to his flip-flop and hat and everything else, but you know, thanks for being a trooper. And it was just that just shows you how good this was. I mean, these fish literally kept biting with the man overboard. But anyways, we pulled him back on board, got him some new clothes, and he went right back to fishing. So there's always got to be something when we go out and do this. And but you know, I want to share everything with you guys, the ups, the downs, and all the funny moments. So I call it a blooper, call it what you want, but couldn't have this episode without sharing that. It was part of the day. So
Phone's in there?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing, bro?
I slipped right there.
You wanna know what's hilarious? There's literally fish under the boat. Wish I had a towel for you.
Sorry, dude.
You're all right. We need to get this situation figured out.
Gonna hook myself.
Things got real out of hand here. What's going on, boys?
I'm wet.
We had one person fall in the water.
Tuna madness right now.
We got wide open tuna fishing, bluefin and yellowfin. We got one wet dude, very, very dirty boat.
One sandal.
We got one sandal left.
It's somewhere in the ocean.
The other one's up swell over here somewhere. Let's go find it later.
This is what I saw of Brandon right here.
And then I tried to,
I saw you try to grab the rod.
I tried to,
He said, "Oh shit!" That was so great.
my phone still works though, so we're good.
Does it?
Good.
Yeah.
We had a man overboard.
Yeah.
Second one on this boat in 2 years. So just count them. That's 3, 4.
That was a decent first stop.
You were like, we're in the zone.
Yeah.
2 minutes later.
Bluefin, yellowfin, all mixed together. We are stuck. Still got enough bait left for one more good stop, I think. What happened, I think a lot of these boats came in, everybody started throwing chum, driving over it a little bit.
Yeah, boy.
We were by ourselves for over an hour, and it was non-stop. Couldn't even get a bait in the water, and you're bit almost instantly. It was good to be back to how we like to have it. Been a while. Had a couple tough trips lately. All right, well, as you can see, we brought the small kill bag today. I unfortunately left the big one at home. Remembered about halfway here, but I don't know, 15 miles out of the bay, we slowed the boat down to start looking and had fish under the boat, literally almost right away. Threw a dipper and it was game on. I think we've got 20 yellowfin in here, 4 bluefin, I believe, and it's 8 o'clock. Oh, we got some. I think we just had a boil right here under these birds.
These birds are blowing up, dude.
Oh, here we go, boil right here. Boys, ready?
Oh yeah, they're here. They're boil. They're here, boil.
Let's go.
Nice long soaked sardine. Bumped it a couple times. Took off.
Got the real variety today.
It tried to get me into the patty, but pulled them out real quick. Nice California, that's alright.
As you can see here, we had one hell of a day. Brought the wrong kill bag, but I think it'll do. So as tradition has it, we got a first timer on board here. He had an eventful day. We won't go into specifics. So as tradition has it, you got to eat the heart out of your first bluefin. So I think you got your first bluefin,
And like 10 yellowfin.
first yellowfin, and pulled on a yellowtail today. There it is. You hungry?
Oh,
Here you go.
Eat the whole thing or just a big bite?
You do what it is a good, I think a good bite. There we go. Yep, that'll do. Ugh. How is it?
I like it fucking worse.
Take another bite then.
Yeah. Finish it. You don't,
Throw
don't feel obligated.
Oh yeah. It's actually not that bad though.
Not as bad as you'd think, but it you don't have to lie. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody go back for seconds. Well, we're just about back in the bay here. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of fish to clean. I mean, we were basically done by 8:30 this morning. Can't ask for a better day than that. I mean, we pulled on fish for 2 hours straight. I mean, one after another, as quick as you could get a bait in the water. Taking turns because we were so tired.
What was our final count? 18?
I think we've got 21 or 22 fish total, mix of bluefin and yellowfin, mostly yellowfin. One yellowtail. Even pulled on a few yellowtail that we found on a patty.
14 miles offshore, one stop, one dump, loaded the bag. Had one man go overboard.
One MOB.
Yeah.
Almost instantly after throwing some chum out there, we started to hook some fish, right? And I could tell, this is it. This is what we're looking for. And when you finally get that school of fish, sometimes it's the first school, sometimes it takes a few, but when you finally get that school of fish, to get with the program, it's really all about capitalizing and taking advantage, because sometimes it lasts for, a few minutes. Sometimes it might last for a few hours. It just really depends. And I think there's a few things that you can do to try to keep those fish interested, keep them glued to the boat, and keep it going as long as possible, right? So, trying to keep a few fish hooked and keep that steady, keep those steady ones and twos and throwing a dipper every once in a while to keep those, when it slows down, to try to keep those fish stuck to your boat in the corner, as long as possible. And if you do it right, everything goes right, you're going to have an outstanding day. And this is one of those days. We were by ourselves. We were the only boat around for most of the time there. And you're not always by yourself, but when you are, you do have the advantage, right? You can keep you got the only bait tank there, and you're the only one feeding them. And you can keep those fish, glued to the boat for longer, If there is other boats around, it's probably even more important, you're competing with other bait tanks and other boats, right? So keeping that chum going, keeping those fish interested, that's what we're doing here. There's not really, it's not rocket science, but there is a little bit of a method to it. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys, what we're doing, what we're using. But really nothing too crazy, not rocket science. We're fly lining baits, on 30, 40 pound and, taking advantage. See, like I mentioned, not rocket science here, in this video, and typically when we're fishing the smaller grade tuna, on this particular trip, it was primarily yellowfin. There was a little bit of bluefin mixed in, majority of these fish were 25 to 40 pounds with, most of them being in that 30 pound range. But when we're fishing this size tuna, I typically always start fishing 30 pound. If they seem to have lockjaw, just don't want to bite, you're seeing them blowing up on the chum, but they're not eating a hooked bait. I will drop down to 25. You can fish 20, but it's working against you at that point. Yeah, you can definitely land these fish on 20 pound. I've even caught them on 15, but I prefer to fish, at least 25, start with 30. When it's really good, like this particular day, fish 40, right? You shouldn't have any issue hooking fish on 40. You can get them in the boat a lot quicker. Like I mentioned earlier, it's all about capitalizing when you have these opportunities. They don't last forever. Sometimes it's very short, but if you can, take advantage, get that fish in the boat quick, get another bait out, hook another one. I'll even rod holder fish and have two going at the same time. But you got to take advantage. Don't forget to keep feeding them some chum, right? That's what's going to keep them around the boat. And there's really a couple things, right? Obviously the gear, the line size, the hook is important, but also the bait, probably more important than anything. You got to fish a good bait. When you go into that bait tank, don't just grab the first bait you see. Get a good one, right? Get one that's not, if it's red, bloody, missing all the scales, that's chum. Throw it over the boat. Find a good looking bait, fresh, has all the scales, just looks healthy. that's the bait you want to fish, right? And you want to make sure that bait's going to swim. The guys that are catching fish consistently on sport boats, on my boat, right? It's the guys that are finding the right bait, picking the right bait, and then switching their baits out, right? When it's good and it's hot and heavy, I'm going to fish a bait for 15 to maybe 30 seconds, right? If that bait's not swimming properly, it's probably not going to get bit, right? The guys that fish a bait for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes and have this long soak, there's a time and place for that. But when guys are catching fish and it's wide open and you're not getting bit, take that bait off, put another one on. It's probably your problem, right? So picking the bait, that's obviously number one. I'm typically going to belly or butt hook when we're fishing the tuna like this. That bait, typically you're going to get a short burst. The bait typically will swim down and it will swim. You can nose hook, but the bait, sometimes when you nose hook them, kind of go do their own thing. I prefer to belly hook. So what we're using here, what I typically use when we're fishing this smaller grade of tuna, typically gonna be an owner hook, owner Mutu. This is just what I prefer. There's a lot of hooks that work great, will work just fine. I like these owners, the Mutu specifically. I like the number 4s or the number 2s. Number 4s, they're a smaller hook. I've never had any problem hooking fish on these. I mean, they hide very well, not a very big hook. Number 2s work fine too, either or. But that's what I'm typically fishing as far as the hook goes. And we're fishing fluorocarbon leaders, right? You're gonna run your fly line setup, right? Run your 30-pound stick, your 40-pound stick. If you're running straight braid to your fluoro leader, I'll fish a longer leader, maybe 6-7 feet. I'd rather have it go through the guides so you can cast versus having it. You just don't want to have that leader, that knot in that last little bit of your rod there, because it's going to get caught in the guide. So I typically fish a little longer if I'm fishing straight braid. If I'm fishing a mono top shot, I'll probably fish a 4-foot, 5-foot section of fluorocarbon. I typically fish the Cigar, gold label, 20, 25, 30, or 40. When it's good, grab your 40-pound stick, because it's gonna be a lifesaver for you. You're gonna be able to pull on that fish a lot harder, get it in the boat a lot quicker, and get another one hooked quicker. So when I leave the dock, I typically, you don't have to do this. Obviously, I'm a little bit of a nut here, but I bring a 25-pound stick, a 30-pound stick, and a 40-pound stick. I have them all rigged up, all ready to go. And I'm gonna start with that 30, go from there, right? When it's good, I'm grabbing that 40 right away. I'll fish that 40 as long as I can. Typically speaking, when you get in these bait stops, these bites like this, it's gonna go wide open for a while and it's gonna slowly get a little harder to hook them, right? That's where you grab that 30-pound stick again. And then towards the end, you might have to grab that 25-pound rod. But that's all we're doing. It's nothing crazy, no rocket science here. That's what we're using. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're rigging it. If you guys have any questions on what we're using, how we're using it, knots we're using, drop a comment in the comment section. Love to hear your guys' feedback. Love to hear those questions. But really, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Like I said, I think this is a good representation of what we love here in San Diego. And I fished all over the world, and really there's no place that I've fished where you get into these hot and heavy, wide open bait fishing like this. I'm sure it's all over the place, but we consistently get this here. And the more you go, the more you do this, the better you get at it, and the more you'll be able to experience this. So hope you enjoy it. I truly think this is one I've been really excited to share for a long time, and have been trying to capture for a long time. We've had a lot of good episodes of bait fishing for tuna, but it's been a while since I've been able to capture one like this, this magnitude, where it's truly as good as it gets for this long. So hope you enjoy. As always, if you enjoy watching these videos, we're going to keep them coming. Please, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Good luck fishing out there.